The silence that followed their last episode was deafening, an unexpected pause that left millions of fans questioning everything they thought they knew about Jimin and Jungkook. What did they mean by those cryptic words, the subtle smiles, and the brief exchange that seemed to carry far more weight than casual conversation? After weeks of speculation, the hidden meaning behind their mysterious messages in Are You Sure? Season 2 has finally come to light, and it's far more revealing than anyone could have imagined. The tension began building from the moment the teaser dropped. A single phrase, short, emotional, and deliberately vague, was enough to ignite theories across the fandom. We both knew it, but we never said it, Jungkook had said, his tone calm yet piercing. Within hours, social media platforms exploded. Was it a message about friendship, regret, or something deeper that only the two of them could understand? Jimin's silent nod in response only added to the mystery, as if confirming something that had long been unspoken between them. As the new episode aired, the truth began to unfold in layers. Both idols had chosen to use their screen time not just for entertainment, but as a rare space for emotional honesty. Jungkook, often reserved when it comes to personal matters, revealed that their message was about resilience, the shared struggle of growing up under the public eye. We used to think we had to be perfect, he admitted, but the truth is, we're still learning how to be human. It was not just a confession, but a mirror reflecting the immense pressure both had endured since their teenage years as global icons. Jimin, responding with his usual calm sincerity, added depth to Jungkook's words. Sometimes we hide our fears behind our smiles, he said, but through this show, we've learned that honesty is also a form of strength. His statement struck a chord with viewers worldwide. Fans quickly realized that the so-called mysterious messages were not hints about drama or relationships. They were coded reflections of vulnerability, courage, and personal growth. What made this revelation so impactful was the way it challenged the image often attached to K-pop idols. The industry, built on perfection and performance, rarely allows room for emotional transparency. Yet Jimin and Jungkook used the platform to break that norm. By addressing their unspoken truths, they transformed Are You Sure? Season 2 from a casual reality series into a deeply human conversation about identity and authenticity. Their honesty didn't weaken their image, it elevated it. Analysts within the entertainment industry have even pointed out how their dialogue subtly redefined celebrity communication. Rather than relying on polished PR statements, both artists allowed their vulnerability to speak for itself. It was a calculated yet heartfelt decision, one that blurred the line between performance and reality. This shift resonates strongly with younger audiences who crave sincerity over spectacle. Their words carried weight because they weren't trying to impress, one critic noted. They were simply trying to be understood. The episode's impact extended far beyond the screen. Within hours of airing, hashtags related to their message trended globally, while fan discussions dissected every pause, glance, and tone. What stood out most was the shared interpretation among viewers that their bond, whether as colleagues, friends, or brothers, was rooted in mutual respect and emotional depth. The messages, once thought to be romantic hints or secret codes, were instead proof of their enduring connection and shared growth journey. In the aftermath of the broadcast, both artists took to social media to express gratitude for the overwhelming response. Jungkook wrote, "It feels good to be understood," while Jimin added, "Sometimes silence can say everything." These statements reinforce the very theme of their on-screen message, that true understanding often exists beyond words. Critics have since praised Are You Sure? Season 2 for its authenticity, noting that it captured a rare emotional transparency not commonly seen in mainstream idol programs. The series became more than entertainment. It evolved into a study of human communication, fame, and the delicate balance between vulnerability and strength. Ultimately, the mysterious messages were never about secrecy. They were about truth. In a world where every gesture can be overanalyzed and every word dissected, Jimin and Jungkook managed to remind the world that sincerity still holds power. Their message, once cloaked in ambiguity, has now become a symbol of emotional courage. It's a quiet revolution, one that speaks not through grand declarations, but through the simple honesty of two artists choosing to be real. And as the season concludes, one question remains, not for them, but for us. If the world saw our true selves, without filters or rehearsed lines, would we be brave enough to embrace it the way they did? The revelations in Are You Sure? Season 2 left fans speechless, but as the excitement settled, a new wave of questions began to surface. Could everything we witnessed, the heartfelt words, the silent nods, the perfectly timed camera angles, be more than just coincidence? Or was it all part of a carefully crafted narrative designed to stir emotion, generate discussion, and, perhaps, boost engagement? In an era where truth and performance are nearly indistinguishable, fans are now faced with a difficult question: how real is real? When it comes to the lives of global superstars, many viewers believe that Jimin and Jungkook's messages were deeply personal, an authentic reflection of years spent navigating fame's emotional weight. But others have started to wonder whether such vulnerability can exist without direction, editing, or intent. Was their honesty a spontaneous moment of truth, or a calculated expression framed to look raw and genuine? The distinction matters, not because it changes the message's emotional power, but because it challenges how we interpret reality in the media-saturated world we live in. The digital era thrives on emotional engagement. Every pause, every tear, every quiet smile can be clipped, shared, and analyzed thousands of times on TikTok, YouTube, or Twitter within hours. Some clips even gain more traction than the actual show itself. But does virality automatically validate authenticity? When millions of people interpret the same scene differently, some claiming it's a confession, others insisting it's a publicity strategy, how can we separate truth from narrative construction? These are not easy questions, yet they lie at the heart of modern fandom culture. The same fans who defend Jimin and Jungkook with unwavering loyalty are also participants in an ecosystem that thrives on speculation. Rumors feed engagement, engagement feeds algorithms, and algorithms amplify whatever keeps people watching. Could it be that the mysterious messages were simply a brilliant intersection between artistic expression and digital marketing? Or are we underestimating the emotional intelligence of two artists who genuinely wanted to communicate something real? Some observers argue that the truth may lie somewhere in between. Entertainment, after all, has always walked the line between authenticity and artifice. The most powerful moments are often those that blur both worlds, real emotion shaped through storytelling. Perhaps Jungkook and Jimin's exchange wasn't meant to deceive, but to evoke, to remind audiences that vulnerability itself can be a form of performance. And if that's the case, does it make their message any less valid? Yet, the danger lies in how the public consumes and interprets these portrayals. On platforms like Twitter and TikTok, short clips often detach from their original context, creating new meanings and false narratives. Fans, in their excitement, can unintentionally spread misinformation disguised as analysis. A single out-of-context phrase can evolve into a confirmed truth, reshaping perceptions within hours. How many of us pause before sharing or reacting? How many actually verify before believing? It's crucial to remember that much of what we know about this revelation originates from user-edited videos, translated clips, and commentary channels. As with any viral phenomenon, each platform adds its own layer of interpretation, some innocent, others manipulative. That's why critical thinking is no longer optional for audiences. It's essential. The modern fan must be both a supporter and an investigator, a believer and a skeptic.